A very warm welcome and greetings to all of you, and thank you very much for coming here. This is a recorded lecture for daily current affairs, and this very day is 5th of July 2020. Alright, before we launch into our session for the questions, I have enumerated 5 words to boost your vocabulary. So let's get started with the words of the day. So the first word of the day is mellifluous, which means or it refers of a sound pleasingly smooth and musical to hear. The synonym of this word are soothing and harmonious, and the antonyms are cacophonous and strident. Our second word is recondite, which means or it refers of a subject or knowledge little known, and the synonyms are obscure and esoteric, and the antonyms are straightforward and familiar. Our third word is frippery, which means showy or unnecessary ornament in architecture, dress, or language. So the synonym are ostentation, embellishment, and the antonyms are plainness and perspicuity. Our fourth word is hoodwink, which means deceive or trick, and the synonyms of this are deceive and trick, and the antonyms are honest and loyal. Our fifth and the last word is pristine, which means in its original condition, and the antonyms are dirty and sullied, and the synonyms are immaculate or pure. So that's all for the words of the day. Let us get started with the questions of the day. So our first question of the day is: Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs in India recently launched which edition of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021? So the correct answer is option C, 6th edition. So Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri recently launched the 6th edition of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021, and the Swachh Sarvekshan 2021 focuses on parameters pertaining to wastewater treatment and reuse along with fecal sludge. So this is an excerpt from the Economic Times which says government launches Swachh Sarvekshan 2021 states also to be ranked. So he is the Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. Our second question is: the Okavango Delta is situated in which of the following country? And this was in news recently. So the correct answer is option C, Botswana. So this delta is in Botswana, and this was in news recently because hundreds of elephants died mysteriously in Botswana's Okavango Delta. And this delta covers part of desert and owes its existence to the Okavango River. Also, Botswana has the world's largest elephant population, around 130K, and the capital city of Botswana is Gaborone, and it is a landlocked country in southern Africa, and its 70% territory is covered by Kalahari Desert. So this is an excerpt from the first post which says mass elephant deaths in the Botswana's Okavango Delta region, and also scientists are baffled by these deaths. There is no sign of poaching also. Now our third question is: recently Honorable Vice President of India Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu launched a book named Future of Higher Education 9 Mega Trends. Who is the author of the book? So the correct answer is option B, CAV Pattabhiram. So the book Future of Higher Education 9 Mega Trends is authored by CAV Pattabhiram and was recently launched by the Honorable Vice President of India Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu, and this book is by ICT Academy. So this is an excerpt from the Outlook India which says the Vice President of India releases the Future of Higher Education book by ICT Academy. Our fourth question is: recently, President of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, named whom as the next Prime Minister of France? So the correct answer for this question is option D, Jean Castex. So French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe recently resigned from his post, and President of France Emmanuel Macron appointed Jean Castex as the new Prime Minister of France. So, a reshuffle has been expected for some time, and it's a common practice for a French president to replace a prime minister during the 5-year term in office known as quinquennat. This is a French word. And this is pronounced as quinquennat. Our fifth question is UK government group led by which Indian company won bid for bankrupt global communications company founded by Greg Weiler OneWeb? So the correct answer is option C, Bharti Global. So UK government consortium led by Bharti Enterprises overseas arm Bharati Global won the bid to acquire bankrupt satellite technology company OneWeb. Also, it will invest 500 million US dollars, and the UK government is also putting a similar amount in this. So this is a paper snippet from the Hindu which says UK government group led by Bharti wins bid for bankrupt OneWeb. Our sixth question is amid tensions between Chinese government and Hong Kong residents due to the recently passed HK National Security Law, HK stands for Hong Kong, who has been appointed as the director of the new National Security Agency in Hong Kong. So the correct answer is option A, Zheng Yanjiong. So China's cabinet appointed Zheng Yanjiong as the new director of its new National Security Agency in Hong Kong, and a former employee at the British consulate in Hong Kong. Simon Cheng has been granted political asylum in what he believes is the first successful UK asylum case after this Hong Kong law has been passed. Our seventh question is which of the following statements are true about NBFC's special liquidity scheme? So I have listed three statements. You have to tell which of the following is true. I have given the options also. So the correct answer for this question is option A, 1 and 2 only. Only first two statements are true and the third one is false, because NBFC having more than 6% NPA on 31st March 2019 shall be considered for the special liquidity scheme for NBFCs and housing finance companies and not 7%. Our eighth question is recently which Indian pharmaceutical company after Bharat Biotech gets approval from Drug Control of Drug Controller of India for human trials and becomes second pharmaceutical company to get the approval. So which company is that? So the correct answer is option D, Zydus Cadila. So Cadila Healthcare, also known as Zydus Healthcare, received the green signal from the DCGI Drug Controller General of India to start the clinical trials on human participants. Also, the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin is going to be launched by August 15. So this is an excerpt from the Times of India which says coronavirus vaccine, India's second COVID-19 vaccine produced by Zydus Cadila cleared for human trials. Our ninth question is under which initiative Odisha government plans to plant 13.11 crore saplings over a total of 1,30,624 hectares of land? So the correct answer is option C, Sabuja, Odisha. Our 10th and the last question is on 4th of July 2020, International Day of Cooperatives was observed all over the world. What's the theme of this year's International Day of Cooperatives? So the correct answer is option A, Cooperatives for Climate Action. So this is celebrated on the first Saturday of in July since 1923 by the International Cooperative Alliance. So that's all for the questions of the day. Let us move to the news section and the next section, which is news that made headlines. So the first one is Intel Capital, the investment arm of Intel Corporation, becomes 12th firm to invest in geo platforms this, and it will invest 253.4 million US dollars for a 0.39% stake in the geo platforms. Our second one is Rajan Mathews quits as Cellular Operations Association of India Director General, and the former TSSC Chief SP Kochar will take charge. Third one is Delhi government started lead learning through e-resources made accessible for Delhi. This is for students, and you can pause the video here and you can read the key highlights mentioned here. Fourth one is Jharkhand court denied permission for Shravani Mela, which is held every year in Devghar, Jharkhand due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is also known as Baba Dham in northern part of India. The fifth one is IIT Kanpur has developed an innovative virtual classroom titled Mobile Masterji. Next one is Marathi writer and playwright Ratnakar Matkare will be posthumously honored with the Natvarya Prabhakar Panshikar Award for lifetime contribution to the theatre by Maharashtra government. Next one is former Assembly Speaker of Mizoram Upa Rukamlova recently passed away. Next one is Ministry of Culture and International Buddhist Confederation has come forward to celebrate 4th July 2020 as Dharma Chakra Day. And the last one is Delhi government to launch Paudhe Lagao Paryavaran Bachao campaign to spread awareness regarding environment. So for Hindi general knowledge questions, please visit Adhisiddhi Academy channel on YouTube. All the questions and all the content is important for the major competitive exams. So my dear friends, if this video helped you to raise your awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video. If you have any suggestions for us, please post in the comment section and please subscribe this channel for the daily and important updates. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a great day.